RMAPI is about bringing together a coalition of willing stakeholders. These are organizations, leaders, community members, both community members that are context experts, which saying they are living in these conditions or have lived with poverty as a part of their story, or our business leaders, our faith leaders, our elected leaders that are all willing to come together because they know the devastating impact that poverty has on our community. So they are willing to work together in ways that are different to tackle the systemic root causes of poverty and not just provide programs or interventions that aren't able to help lift people out of poverty and give them an opportunity to really succeed in life.
Rochester's Black, Indigenous, people of color population is a relatively recent phenomenon, certainly at the numbers that we see. People of color didn't really make critical mass in Rochester until the late 70s. And at the same time, we were watching the beginnings of the decline of many of our corporations. And so there are lots of folks in our community that have never participated in the economic vibrancy of our region.
So the problem with poverty in Rochester is that there is too much of it, and it's too disparate in terms of who is poor. It is concentrated in communities that are disproportionately Black and brown.
To me, RMAPI is different because it is a viable collective impact with strong leadership at the helm. RMAPI has zeroed in and focused in on what its strategic initiatives are, and they're even doing more to refine that. It has the ear of the governor's office, of local government, of different politicians across the state. But more than that, there are numerous nonprofit organizations that are at the table that have shown commitment toward moving a common agenda forward. And that's what makes them a critical leader in this work here in our community.
I'm really excited about the staff at RMAPI and the team that's come together, the work that they're doing, and we'll all be supportive and watching certainly at the Community Foundation with our partners in philanthropy to make sure that we're able to achieve this goal and realize the opportunity that is pent up in our collective work together.
It is such important work, and obviously moving and supporting people and moving outside of poverty is also very mission right for Heritage Christian Services. So it's a real beautiful mission match. And so we play our part as an employer, absolutely. We play our part as a service provider for those with intellectual and developmental disabilities who may be living in poverty. And I hope we play our part as a community member, really trying to move all of the systems, pull all of the levers that will help eventually move our community to a much more sustainable wage.
RMAPI is an organization that we should never take for granted. It's unique. Not every community has an RMAPI. Every community is combating poverty, but to the extent that we have the team in RMAPI and all the stakeholders who are really zeroed on this and keeping us focused and can kind of make sure that we're not straying off and doing our going in our opposite directions, I really think that makes RMAPI invaluable, and I hope that they're here forever in perpetuity because they've been here long enough now that I can't imagine our community without them.